Um, I played it back then, and it's just a super fun, it's just a super fun game. I don't want to spoil anything if you haven't actually played or heard anything of it. But it got released on Switch and a bunch of other platforms. And I have a YouTube channel now, so this is kind of the perfect time to play through it. I will be uploading episodes regularly, and this is actually just a good time to talk about changes coming to the channel in general. I haven't uploaded in a while because I've been focusing on my Twitch and stuff like that, and doing the review podcast with my good friend Nick. But after some trials and tribulations with streaming like Ratchet and Clank and stuff like that, I decided to move all of my single player stuff over to my YouTube side, and just focus on streaming multiplayer games with friends on my Twitch side. That way, if you watch all of my stuff, you got to get the best of both worlds. So this is just one of the many games that you'll be seeing coming to the channel in the coming months. I also promise that I'm going to get back to the Kingdom Hearts playthrough as well. That's on the docket as well. I'm dabbling with some editing, so I'm going to do these very long recording sessions, and then edit them on a timer basically and upload them that way. So you will see videos of varying lengths, but everything's going to try to stay around that 30-35 minute mark to make it a little bit more watchable, versus like my old Kingdom Hearts playthroughs, which were like hours and so. With the remaining part of the playthrough of Reach and Memories, those episodes will be about an hour long a piece, just to keep consistency across the whole playthrough. But everything else you'll start to see a little bit like around half-hour episodes, so that they're a little bit more bite-sized, a little bit more enjoyable that way. The first of which being Doki Doki Literature Club. I should have had my Doki Doki Literature Club shirt on. Let's start. This is unfortunate. Maybe you'll see it next time. Next session, I should say. Because you'll see a few videos with this shirt on, because it'll all be a part of the same session. But we're going to go ahead and jump into this. Doki Doki Literature Club is a visual novel, so we'll be reading and playing through this together. Hey! I see an annoying girl running toward me from the distance, waving her arms in the air like she's totally oblivious to any attention she might draw to herself. That girl is Sayori, my neighbor and good friend since we were children. You know, the kind of friend you'd never see yourself making today, but it just kind of works out because you've known each other for so long. I don't know that that's any kind of friend. The friends that I have today that I've had since I was children are just good friends that have lasted that long. I don't think I've ever had a friend out of obligation. We used to walk to school together on days like this, but starting around high school, she would oversleep and more frequently, and I would get tired of waiting up. But if she's gonna chase after me like this, I almost feel better off running away. I forgot how much of a dick the main character is. However, I just sigh and idle in front of the crosswalk and let Sayori catch up to me. I overslept again! But I caught you this time. Maybe, but only because I decided to stop and wait for you. You say that like you were thinking about ignoring me. That's because he apparently was. I feel bad for putting my name on this. Why would you be mean to this girl? That's mean, me. I know. Well, what if people stare at you for acting weird? Then I don't want them to think we're a couple or something. So visual novels always interest me because you never can really, like most visual novels, you never can see like the character that you're supposed to be the surrogate of. But like I'm sure that my character could do worse than Sayori. Like, come on, who raised me? Why am I just an asshole? This is very unfair to poor Sayori. And if you've seen this game before, it just makes it even worse. Fine. But you did wait for me after all. I guess you don't have it in you to be mean even if you wanted to. I've been mean this whole time! Whatever you say, Sayori. We cross the street together and make our way to school. As we draw near, the streets become increasingly speckled with other students making their daily commute. I'd hate having to walk to school every day. By the way, Caleb, Have you decided on joining a club yet? Nah, clubs are for squares. Clubs are for squares. I told you already, I'm not interested in joining any clubs. Yeah, clubs are for squares. If you want a club, you're a loser. I haven't been looking either. Well, I mean, if I'm an asshole, nobody wants me to be in their club, more than likely. That's not true. You told me you would join a club this year. Did I? I'm sure it's possible that I did in one of our many conversations where I dismissively go along with whatever she's talking about. This poor girl, why? Sayori, you need to escape this cycle of violence. I assure you. There are nicer people than me. Sayori likes to worry a little bit too much about me when I'm perfectly content just getting by on the average while spending my free time on games and anime. I mean, I get that. I get that. I get that. But that doesn't mean you don't have to be rude to people. Uh-huh. I was talking about how I'm worried that you won't learn how to socialize or have any skills before college. Yeah, I mean, that's accurate. Your happiness is really important to me, you know? See, this is just a kind person. I'm just an asshole, too. Remind me... I mean, you're not going to be able to because this will be part of different sessions, but remind me to be nicer to Sayori later on in the game. And I know you're happy now, but I die at the thought of you becoming a NEET in a few years because you're not used to the real world. You trust me, right? Don't make me keep worrying about you. Alright. I'll look into a few clubs if it makes you happy. No promises, though. Will you at least promise me you'll try a little? Didn't I just say that? Yeah, I guess I'll promise you that. Yay! Why do I let myself get lectured by such a carefree girl? She's not carefree. She cares about you, dickface. Like, come on! More than that, I'm surprised I even let myself relate to her. I guess seeing her worry so much about me makes me want to ease her mind at least a little bit, even if she does exaggerate everything inside her head. I mean, those are all fair concerns, I feel. The school day is as ordinary as ever, and it's over before I know it. As I pack up my things, I stare blankly at the wall, looking for any ounce of motivation. Clubs. Sayori wants me to check out some clubs. I guess I have no choice but to start with the anime club. Hello? Sayori? Sayori must have come in the classroom while I was spacing out. I looked around and realized that I'm the only one left in the classroom. I thought I'd catch you coming out of the classroom, but I saw you just sitting here and spacing out, so I came in. Honestly, you're even worse than me sometimes. I'm impressed. Alright, I realized I was a dick to you earlier, but come on. It's cycle violence. Come on. You don't need to wait up for me if it's going to make you late for your own club. Well, I thought you might need some encouragement, so I thought, know what? That you can come to my club. Sayori. Yeah? There's no way I'm going to your club. Shut down! Dude. Sayori's the vice president of the literature club. Can you guess what club we're gonna join? Is it in the title? I don't know. Not that I was ever aware that she'd have any interest in literature. Well, that's because you obviously don't know her very well. In fact, I'm 99% sure she only did it because she thought it would be fun to help start a new club. Since she was the first one to show interest after the one who proposed the club, she inherited the title of vice president. That means there was no elections, which means it's an autocratic society. They need to be brought down by America. That said, my interest in literature is guaranteed to be even less. Yeah, I'm gonna go to the anime club. Come on, please. Why do you care so much anyways? Well, I kind of told the club yesterday I would bring in a new member, and Natsuki made cupcakes and everything. I mean, I'll be honest. I'll go check out a club for cupcakes. Don't make promises you can't keep. I can't tell if Sayori is really that much of an airhead or if she's so cunning as to have planned all of this out. I can speak English. Possibly. I let out a long sigh. Maybe I need to join literature club. That's probably the solution to this. Fine, I'll stop by for a cupcake, okay? Yay! Let's go. And thus today marks the day I sold my soul for a cupcake. We've all been there. We've all sold our soul for cupcakes or cake or candy, or happens more than you think it does. Every day there's someone that sells their soul. Every minute there's someone that sells their soul for a cupcake. I dejectedly follow Sayori across the school and upstairs, a section of the school I rarely visit. Sayori, full of energy, swings open the classroom door. Everyone, new member is here. I told you, don't call me a new member. I glance around the room. Welcome to the Literature Club. It's a pleasure to meet you. Sayori always says nice things about you. Y'all know me? I don't. Actually, you really don't, because I don't know your names as of right now, and I'm a total dick to her. So you really don't know me. Seriously, you brought a boy? Way to kill the atmosphere. All right. Then you have the love of my life, Monica. She's so damn cute. Caleb, what a nice surprise. Welcome to the club. All words escape me in this situation. This club is full of incredibly cute girls. Not gonna lie. Not gonna lie. This is every middle school, high school kid's dream. If you want something to say it. Sorry. Natsuki. Humph. The girl with the sour attitude, whose name is apparently Natsuki, is one I don't recognize. Her small figure makes her look like a first-year student. She's also the one who made the cupcakes, according to Sayori. You can't just ignore her. You can just ignore her when she gets moody. Everybody in this game is assholes. Sayori says that quietly into my ear and then turns back towards the other girls. Anyway, this is Natsuki, always full of energy. And this is Yuri, the smartest in the club. Don't say things like that. Aw, she gets all shy when she's complimented. Yuri, who appears comparably more mature and timid, seems to have a hard time keeping up with the people like Sayori and Natsuki. Well, it's nice to meet both of you. And it sounds like you already know Monica, is that right? Yes. Quite acquainted with Monica. It's great to see you again, Caleb. See, look at that. Look at that cute fucking face. To further my backstory in this, like I said, the game came out a couple years ago on Steam, and I watched the Game Grumps playthrough of it. I played through it of my own. But it's been a couple years, so there's a good enough time past that a lot of the twists and stuff are still going to get me, I feel. But one thing that has stayed the same is that Monica is just so adorable. And I love her very dearly. Not really, because she's an animated character in a video game, but she's still super cute. We do know each other. Well, we rarely talked, but we were in the same class last year. Monica was probably the most popular girl in class. Smart, beautiful, athletic. Basically, completely out of my league. Come on, me. Come on. So having her smile at me so genuinely feels a little. You too, Monica. I am not this timid, damn it. Come sit down, Caleb. We made room for you at the table so you can sit next to me or Monica. I'll get the cupcakes. Hey, I made them. I'll get them. Sorry, I got a little too excited. Then how about I make some tea as well? I prefer Mountain Dew if you got it. As Sayori mentioned, it's been widened so that there is one space next to Monica and one space next to Sayori. Natsuki and Yuri walk over to the corner of the room where Natsuki grabs a wrapped tray and Yuri opens the closet. Still feeling awkward, I take the seat next to Sayori. You chose wrong! You chose wrong, me! I know we were mean to her earlier, but there was a seat open next to Monica. Natsuki proudly marches back to the table, tray in hand. Okay, are you ready? Ta-da! Whoa! I don't think anybody's gonna have the same reaction to this as I do, but when I see that spelling, I just think of the Tim Allen from Home Natsuki lifts the foil off the tray to reveal a dozen white, fluffy cupcakes decorated to look like little cats. The whiskers are drawn on with icing, and little pieces of chocolate were used to make ears. So cute! I had no idea you were so good at baking, Natsuki. Well, you know. Just hurry and take one. Sayori grabs one first, then Monica. I follow. It's delicious. Sayori talks with her mouth full and has already managed to get icing on her face. I turn the cupcake around in my fingers, looking for the best angle to take a bite. Natsuki is quiet. I can't help but notice her sneaking glances in my direction. Is she waiting for me to take a bite? She's being creepy. I finally bite down. The icing is sweet and full of flavor. I wonder if she made it herself. This is really good. Thank you, Natsuki. Why are you thanking me? It's not like Haven't I heard this somewhere before? Made them for you or anything. Huh? I thought you technically did. Sayori said, well, maybe. But not for you, you know, you dummy. Alright. I give up on Natsuki's weird logic and dismiss the conversation. Yuri returns to the table carrying a tea set. She carefully places a teacup in front of each of us before setting down the teapot next to the cupcake tray. You keep a whole tea set in the classroom? Don't worry, the teachers gave us permission. After all, doesn't a hot cup of tea help you enjoy a good book? I don't know. I don't read. Don't let yourself get intimidated. Yuri's just trying to impress you. That's not. Damn, Monica. Insulted, Yuri looks away. Wait, why are you insulted? Is impressing me that awful of a thing? Well, that's not very nice. Why is everybody a dick to each other? I meant that, you know. I believe you. Well, tea and reading might not be a pastime for me, but I can at least enjoy tea. I'm glad. Yuri faintly smiles to herself in relief. Monica raises an eyebrow and then smiles at me. Oh yeah, keep smiling at me. So what made you consider the Literature Club? I was forced here. I was afraid to answer this question. Something tells me I shouldn't tell Monica that I was practically dragged here by Sayori. See? I was forced here. Well, I haven't joined any clubs yet, and Sayori seemed really happy here, so... That's okay. Don't be embarrassed. We'll make sure you feel right at home, okay? As president of the Literature Club, it is my duty to make the club fun and exciting for everyone. Monica, I'm surprised. How come you decided to start your own club? You could probably be a board member for any of the major clubs. Weren't you a leader of the debate team last year? Well, you know, to be honest, I can't stand all the politics around the major clubs. Alright. Feels like nothing but arguing about the budget and publicity and how to prepare for events. I'd much rather take something I personally enjoy and make something special out of it. And if it encourages others to get into literature, then I'm fulfilling that dream. You're failing, because I'm not interested in literature. I don't read. I have lots of books. So I do not read. Because video games. Monica really is a great leader. She also nods in agreement. No, Yuri nods in agreement, excuse me. Then I'm surprised there aren't more people in the club yet. It must be hard to start a new club. You could put it that way. Not many people are interested in putting out all the effort to start something brand new. I mean, that's true. Look at all these books I haven't read yet. Look at how many games I haven't started yet. You can't, because they're not behind me or around me, but rest assured there's a lot of them. Especially when it's something that doesn't grab your attention, like literature. You have to work hard to convince people that you're both fun and worthwhile. But it makes school events like the festival that much more important. I'm confident that we can all really grow this club before we graduate. Right, everyone? Yeah! We'll do our best. You know it. Everyone enthusiastically agrees. Such different girls, all interested in the same goal. Monica must have worked really hard just to find these three. Maybe that's why they were all so delighted by the idea of a new member joining. Yeah, I don't think that's why. Though I don't really know if I can keep up with their level of enthusiasm about literature. So, Caleb, what kinds of things do you like to read? We've been over this. I don't. Well, considering how little I've read these past few years, past few decades, I don't really have a good way of answering that. Manga, I mutter quietly to myself, half joking. Natsuki's head suddenly perks up. It looks like she wants to say something, but she keeps quiet. Not much of a reader, I guess. Hey! Hey! There's words in manga? Jerk? What am I saying? I spoke without thinking after seeing Yuri's sad smile. Anyway, how about you, Yuri? Well, let's see. Yuri traces the rim of her teacup with her finger. My favorites are usually novels that build deep and complex fantasy worlds. The level of creativity and craftsmanship behind them is amazing to me. Oh, you're just like Tolkien. And telling a good story in such a foreign world is equally impressive. Yuri goes on, clearly passionate about her reading. She seems so reserved and timid since the moment I walked in, but it's obvious by the way her eyes light up that she finds her comfort in the world of books, not people. But you know, I like a lot of things. Stories with deep psychological elements usually immerse me as well. Isn't that amazing how a writer can so deliberately take advantage of your own lack of imagination to completely throw you for a loop? Anyway, I've been reading a lot of horror lately. I read a horror book once. I read a book once. There's a button to take away the words so that you can just look at the girl. Because that's what this kind of game is. For now. I desperately grasp something that I can relate to at the minimal level. At this rate, Yuri might as well be having a conversation with a rock. Really? I wouldn't have expected that, Yuri. For someone as gentle as you, I guess you could say that. But if a story makes me think or takes me to another world, then I really can't put it down. Surreal horror is often very successful at changing the way you look at the world, if only for a brief moment. Yuri, kind of scared me just a bit. Natsuki says she doesn't like horror. Why is that? Well, Natsuki's eyes dart over to me for a split second. Never mind. That's right, you usually like to write about cute things, don't you, Natsuki? What? What gives you that idea? Because you're a cute little girl. You left this piece of scrap paper behind last club meeting. It looked like you were working on a poem called Don't Say It Out Loud! And give that back. Fine. Your cupcakes, your poems, everything you do is just as cute as you are. Sayori sidles up to Natsuki and puts her hands on her shoulders. I'm not cute! Natsuki, you write your own poems? Well, I guess sometimes. Why do you care? I think that's impressive. Why don't you share them sometimes? No! I'm a child. No! Natsuki averts her eyes. You wouldn't like them. Not very confident writer yet, are you? All your stuff's trash. I understand how Natsuki feels. Sharing that level of writing takes more than just confidence. The truest of writing is writing to oneself. You must be willing to open up to your readers, exposing your vulnerabilities and showing even the deepest reaches of your heart. Do you have writing experience too, Yuri? Maybe if you share some of your work, you can set an example and help Natsuki feel more comfortable to share hers. Damn, Monica, just putting everybody on the spot. I guess it's the same for Yuri. I wanted to read everyone's poems. We all sit in silence for a moment. Shit got real awkward because Monica keeps putting people on the spot. Okay, I have an idea, everyone. Natsuki and Yuri look quizzically at Monica. Let's all go home and write a poem of our own. And then next time we meet, we'll all share them with each other. That way, everyone is even. Yeah, let's do it! Plus, now that we have a new member, I think it'll help us get a little bit more comfortable with each other and strengthen the bond of the club. Isn't that right, Caleb? Don't look at me. But I mean, if you keep smiling at me, I guess I agree. Hold on, there's still one problem. What's that? Now that we're back on the original topic of me joining the club, I bluntly come forth with what's been on my mind the entire time. I never said I would join this club. Sayori may have convinced me to stop by, but I never made any decision. I still have other clubs to look at, and I lost my train of thought. All four girls stare back at me with dejected eyes. Look how sad they are. Look how sad they are. Because I'm a dick. But I'm sorry, I thought, Caleb, I'm defenseless against these girls. How am I supposed to make a clear-headed decision when it's like this? That is, if writing poems is the price I need to pay in order to spend every day with these beautiful girls. Right. Okay, I've decided then. I'll join the literature club. Nailed it. One by one, the girl's eyes light up. Yes, I'm so happy. Sayori wraps her arms around me, jumping up and down. Hey, you really did scare me for a moment. If you really just came for the cupcakes, I would be super pissed. And that makes it official. Welcome to the literature club. Thanks, I guess. My intentions are the least pure thing. Okay, everyone. I think with that, we can officially end today's meeting on a good note. Everyone remember tonight's assignment. Write a poem to bring to the next meeting so we can all share. Monica looks over at me once more. Caleb, I look forward to seeing how you express yourself. Yeah. Can I really impress the class star Monica with my mediocre writing skills? I already feel the anxiety welling up inside me. Meanwhile, the girls continue the chit-chat as Yuri and Natsuki clean up their food. Hey Caleb, since we're already here, do you want to walk home together? That's right. Sayori and I never walk home together anymore because she's always stayed after school for clubs. Sure, might as well. Yay! See, look how happy you make her, me, when you're not a dick to her, me. With that, the two of us depart from the classroom and make our way home. The whole way, my mind wanders back and forth between the four girls. Sayori, Natsuki, Yuri, and of course, Monica. Will I really be happy spending every day after school in a literature club? Perhaps I'll have the chance to grow closer to one of these girls. Alright, I'll just need to make the most of my circumstances, and I'm sure good fortune will find me. That's what we call foreshadowing. If you couldn't tell, it was laid on really fucking thick. And I guess that starts with writing a poem tonight. It's time to write a poem. Pick words you think your favorite club member will like. Something good might happen with whoever likes your poem the most. Alright. So, obviously... Oh, Monica's not down there. Do I not get to... See, this is what I'm talking about. I played this game a couple years ago, so I don't remember exactly. So let's focus Yuri, because I do like Yuri. So variance, okay, all right. What else? A death? Whoa, whoa, whoa! Why did Sayori like death? That's what we call foreshadowing. Unstable. Ambient. Okay, alright. We're 3 for 4. Horror. Yeah. Aura. Yeah, see. Climax. Embrace. Oh, nope, that was Sayori. Alright, well, I'm hopping between the two. Nothing against Natsuki, I like Yuri more. And Sayori. Natsuki is my least favorite, but I like all of them. Meager. Yeah, so nailed it. Misfortune. Oh, jeez. Anxiety. Desire. Pat. Oh, okay. Oh, shit. Sarah, you got some weird interests. So do you, Yuri. Unrestrained. Oh, nope. Unrequited was her. Definitely thought that was going to go Yuri. Melancholy. Yeah, nailed it. Vivid. Hey, look at that. I'm afraid he's going to get... Okay, it was Yuri. Alright. Yeah. Hi again, Caleb. I'm glad to see you didn't run away on us. How could I when I'm greeted with that face, Monica? Nah, don't worry. This might be a little strange for me, but at least I keep my word. Well, I'm back at the literature. Ah, shit. Here we go again. I was the last to come in, so everyone else is already hanging out. Thanks for keeping your promise, Caleb. I hope this isn't too overwhelming of a commitment for you. That's such like a backhanded thing. Making you dive headfirst into literature when you're not accustomed to it. Oh, come on. Like he deserves any slack. Thank you, Natsuki. I absolutely don't. Sayori told me you didn't even want to join any clubs this year. And last year, too. I don't know if you plan to just come here and hang out or what. But if you don't take us seriously, then you won't see the end of it. Natsuki, you certainly have a big mouth for someone who keeps her manga collection in the club room. What do those two things have anything to do with each other? Natsuki finds herself stuck between saying Monica and manga. Manga is literature. Swiftly defeated, Natsuki plops back into her sleep. Don't worry, guys. Caleb always gives it his best as long as he's having fun. He helps me with busy work without me even asking. Like cooking, cleaning my room. How dependable. Sorry, that's because your room is so messy it's distracting. And you almost set your house on fire once. Is that so? Look at that. How can you be mad at that face? Oh, you burned down my house, but oh. You two are really good friends, aren't you? I might be a little jealous. Easy, Yuri. She means nothing to me. How come? You and Caleb can become good friends too. Sayori? What? As usual, Sayori seems oblivious to the weird situation she put me into. Oh, Yuri even brought you something today, you know? Wait, Sayori? Me? Not really. Don't be shy. It's really nothing. What is it? Never mind. Sayori made it sound like a big deal when it's really not. What do I do? Huh? I'm sorry, Yuri. I wasn't thinking. I guess that means it's up to me to rescue this situation. Hey, don't worry about it. First of all, I wasn't expecting anything in the first place, so any nice gesture from you is a pleasant surprise. It'll make me happy no matter what. Nice save, me. Self 5. Excellent. Is that so? Yeah, I won't make it a big deal if you don't want it to be. Alright. Well, here. Yuri reaches into her bag and pulls out a book. Ah, shit. Damn. A book. I didn't want you to feel left out, so I picked out a book I thought you might enjoy. It's a short read, so it should keep your attention, even if you don't usually read. I can read big books if I wanted to. I've got lots of big books. I just choose not to. And we could, discuss it if you wanted. This is... How is this girl accidentally being so cute? She even picked out a book she thinks I like, despite me not reading much. Yuri, thank you. I'll definitely read this. About that. I enthusiastically take the book. Phew. Well, you can read it at your own pace. I look forward to hearing what you think. Now that everybody's settled in, I expected Monica to kick off some scheduled activities for the club. But it doesn't seem to be the case. Sayori and Monica are having a cheery conversation in the corner. Yuri's face is already buried in a book. I can't help but notice her intense expression like she was waiting for this chance. Meanwhile, Natsuki is rummaging around the closet. I'm really curious to talk to Yuri a little bit more, but at the same time I'd feel bad for distracting her from her reading. I catch a glimpse of the cover of a book. It looks like the same book that she lent to me. More than that, she seems to be on the first few pages. Ah, crap. I think she noticed me looking at her. She sneaks another glance at me and our eyes meet for a split second. That only makes her hide her face deeper in her book. Sorry, I was just spacing out. I mutter this, sensing that I made her uncomfortable. Oh, it's fine. If I was focused, then I probably wouldn't have been noticed in the first place. But I'm just rereading a bit of this, so... That's the book you gave me, right? Mm-hmm. I wanted to reread some of it. Not for any particular reason. Just curious, how come you have 2 copies of the same book? Ah, well, I stopped at the bookstore yesterday. Oh, that's not what I meant. I mean, I just happened to buy 2 of them. I think she likes me. There's something fairly obvious here that Yuri isn't telling me, but I decide to let it go. Well, if it's fairly obvious, then why are we letting it go? I'll definitely start reading it soon. I'm glad to hear. Once it starts to pick up, you might have a hard time putting it down. It's a very engaging and relatable story. Is that so? What's it about anyways? Well, I think that we should stop this time. We'll have to find out next time what the mysterious Yuri book is about. Like I said, I will upload the next video in a few days, and we'll continue on the story, you know, as it goes on. But thank you so much for watching, and if you enjoyed it, please like, subscribe if you haven't done so already, leave a comment, whatever you want to do to interact with the video. Do it. Share it with your friends, anything. If you think that they would enjoy this particular visual novel, show it to them. Like I said, it's free on Steam. I'm not sponsored or anything. I think this game deserves a little bit more of attention again now that it's getting re-released. So definitely check it out too. But also check out the rest of my playthrough. But until next time, I'll see you.